Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K. Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by to check out my latest video. And today I'm here working on the hashtag Little Bits of Lace 2024 started by Cori Dahmen. I do have all relevant links listed below in the description box for Cori's channel, but also all of my previous videos in this series. And basically what we're trying to do is come up with lots of ideas for how to use up little bits of lace or leftover lace in our journals. And I have quite a few videos available if you open up the description box. And today, as you guys can see, my journal is getting very fat. This is without the cover. This is just the envelope. I'm doing an envelope flip book. And I'm probably going to have to stop pretty soon. But there was a couple more ideas that I kind of had prepped. So I'm going to go ahead and finish all those ideas. And then I think I'm going to have to sew in everything and call it a day for this journal because it's getting kind of chunky. But I think I've gotten quite a few good ideas, I think, for using up little bits of lace in our journal. And so I was just trying to find a page that had a tops or sides that didn't have anything on them. And today I wanted to talk about page huggers. It's a fun little thing to go ahead and add to your journals. Here's like a partial one that I did a long time ago, and I actually also use them as bag toppers. But you just use them and you kind of hug your page, whether you do it on the side or the top, and you can go ahead and add a clip or a paper clip to hold it in place. Or if you really wanted to, I suppose you could glue it and then it would become more of a tuck spot. But that was an old one that I made that I just had sitting in my stash. And I thought we could make another one. So I grabbed some scrapbooking paper. And this again is from that Distress Florals from Hobby Lobby paper pad. And let me measure this piece of paper right now. It is about 8 1/4 by about 3 1/2 is the size. So, so I thought we could make some sort of page hugger using that and some lace and add it to the journal. So I'm going to go ahead, and I think the first thing I want to do though is I think I'm going to corner around a couple of the edges on this one. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ink the edges also. And I'm just going to ink the inside edges also. Because what's nice about these is, like, if you decide to use them and then you connect them with a paper clip, you can take them off and you could open them for more journaling space on the inside. Other ideas is, of course, mine's getting kind of fat, but if I had a skinnier journal, I would even consider putting like a little pocket even on the inside and adding like another little tag or something. So you can always mix and match your techniques or your different ephemera type pieces. It's always kind of fun to do that. But today I'm not going to do that just because I am getting so fat on my book. I can't add a lot of extra ideas, even though I'm very tempted to do that. I'm just going to set this aside so that it's not in our way while we're working. And again, I kind of went through my scrap pile of lace. And I have a couple things sitting here, and I don't think I'm going to use all of them, but I just wanted a couple ideas to play with. This was kind of the main piece that I grabbed. And again, for me, little bits of lace is anything that's under 12 inches. I use a lot of lace in my projects, but I was thinking this one was almost perfect to maybe wrap on the outside of this piece of paper for the page hugger. And it's pretty close. I mean, there's a little bit on the edge, but that's not going to bother me. And then so I thought I could kind of use that as my main piece of lace. And then on each side, I grabbed out some different digitals. These are from My Porch Prints. And I thought I could put one on each side and, you know, maybe add another piece of lace or something to them just to use up a little bit more lace. I also have this little like applique lace that came off of like a bridal lace that I had. And that was a scrap. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this down. I just kind of put glue on a few strategic spots, I guess. I didn't put glue on everything, but just enough so that it would hold the lace in place. Let's go ahead and glue on the back side also here. You could also, if you've been following along on my series, if you have like pieces still left over from, like if you have any like clusters, you could, you know, if you had a paper and lace cluster, you could put that too as your main thing to add onto here instead of a piece of lace. You could do, like if you had pieces left over from your snippet roll, you could add those. You could have, of course, just leave it plain too, but of course we're trying to use up pieces of lace. So we have lots of different things that we've done in our past videos that you could go ahead and add to this to decorate it up. The little labels that we made, those would look really cute on here too. Pieces of the masterboard lace, you could add those too. You could cut those down and add them. So that's what we have basically for our little page hugger. And mine's, I'm going to do it on the side. You could do it on the top too of your page, but mine's going to go on the side. And so I have these two images, and I'm thinking I have this pretty pink lace that's left over. I think this one is just barely under 12 inches. So I'm thinking this might look kind of cute. Maybe just going around the whole side of this, or I could just glue it on the back too and just having it peek out. You could sew it on. I think I'm just going to glue it today. I'm just trying to decide if I want to glue it on the top or if I want it underneath, just peeking out. But I think I'm going to go ahead and glue it behind the image because I kind of like that I've roughed it up. I did ink the edges and kind of distressed them a little bit. I just used my scissors to distress. If you guys don't know how to do that, you just kind of rub your scissors along the edges and that can kind of distress your edges. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it on the back side. And I'll just see, hopefully I have enough to go all the way around the image, but if I don't, that's no big deal. We can add another layer of some other type of lace. But I'm pretty sure this is enough to go all the way around. So I have a little scrap left over, so it fit pretty much all the way around. I really like that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Onto my page hugger. So that's really cute, and I still have some little bits hanging off on my desk here. Just trying to see if maybe I add a little something to the corner. So let's go ahead and do that. Here's part of a dangle lace trim that I had. And this was one of those trims where I cut off the top and I used the top for something, but I can still use these little dangles to add. And I think this trim came from my friend Kim at Angel Dreams Crafts, Kim on Etsy. She has a nice little lace shop. She always has some sort of fun dangles in her shop for lace. So I like that. That's really cute. I could add another little lace remnant down here too if I wanted. Let me grab some eyelash trim. So I think I'm going to put a little eyelash trim under this, and then I'm going to go ahead and add that right there in the corner. So I'm just going to bunch up the eyelash trim and put it there. My hands are getting kind of messy, but that's okay. It means we're having fun, right? So there's what one side looks like. So let's go ahead and decorate the other side. So I have this little image. And I have this pretty lace that I could add just a little bit there. I could add a layer down there. I also have this pretty lace too. Don't think I want to use that one. Kind of like the simplicity, I think, of just laying this down. I might put some eyelash trim behind the image and then just cutting this up and using one of the little flowers on here. So let's go ahead and do that. That's really cute. And let's go ahead and cut one of these flowers out. I think I like that one right there, and I might add a little something up here too. Yeah, I think I like that very much. So we're going to go with that. And again, these came off of a wedding dress, some lace off of a wedding dress, and I had it left over from a previous project. So these are just kind of some scraps. I'm just going to go ahead and try and glue that bead back down, or the pearl in the middle, because it's coming loose. So there's what that side looks like, and of course what that side looks like. So now that it's decorated, let's go ahead and add it to a page in my journal. And you could use just like a basic paper clip to hold it in place. We also decorated some really fun paper clips in some of my earlier episodes. And normally I'd probably go with one of those because I think that would be really cute, but I think my journal's getting kind of bulky and those are all very thick. So I'm gonna choose to use a little clip to hold it in, and then I'll decorate the outside of it. So let's go ahead and put this in my journal. And again, it just hugs the page, so you just open it up. And if you wanted to, again, you could put it on the top, but we're gonna put this one on the side. And I really think that's cute. And what's nice about these, like I said, is you can take them off, you can still journal here, and you can open them up and journal on the inside, or if you chose to have another little spot in there for like a little pocket and tag or something. So I'm going to clip this into place, and because we're still trying to use up little bits of lace, I do have this remnant that was cut off of a bigger panel of lace, and I'm just going to tie this on one of the sides just as a little extra added decoration. And I might just trim that a little bit. I think that works. And then I have, you could add like a charm or something else just using one of the gourd pins or the bulb pins. I have this little bead pendant thing that I'm going to add to the clip also. think they call them bulldog clips maybe. I'm not 100% sure. But that'll look kind of cute. Let me hold the page up. So that you guys can see it a little bit better with the clip on it. And then again, you can open it up and then you can see, turn the page and see it on this side. You could also, depending upon how you clip it in, there's also the possibility of being able to add like a journal card or something tucked in there also. But I'm just going to leave it like that because again, my journal's getting very bulky. But I do really love how that one turned out. I wanted to show you another sample of one real quick since we have some time. Here's one that I did where I just took strips of paper and I folded it and I sewed on my sewing machine and made it kind of like into a little booklet. And then I also added some little lace on the edges. And then I was going to add this pretty lace trim. I was going to glue this down on top of it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. And I figured this could kind of be another kind of like a notebook or a Scrappy pad page hugger. So again, just combining techniques. And I guess I'm going to have to cut a little of this one off. Not quite the right scissors for this type of trim, but it'll work. And if you wanted to, of course, you could add, more lace, little bits of lace if you wanted on the edges. I'm just going to call this one good though. And I don't know if this one's going to end up in the final journal or not, just because, like I said, it's getting really bulky, but I wanted to give you guys this quick idea too on like a Scrappy pad page hugger. And what you would do then is just hug it over your page like this. And again, you would use like a paper clip or a bulldog clip or something to hold it in place. It might also, depending upon how your paper is, you could also probably just leave it without a clip in there too. It might work just kind of free floating in there. But again, I just wanted to give you guys that other quick idea on another idea on how to make a page hugger with a little extra journal space. If you wanted, you can make it into a Scrappy pad page hugger. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode, and again, I have a couple more just because I've kind of prepped them and took stuff out of my supplies, but I'm getting close to where I think I'm going to go ahead and attach my pages to my journal cover and call it good, just because it's getting very fat and bulky. But I definitely have been enjoying these episodes with you guys, and of course I love all of your comments. So hopefully I will see you back again for another episode of Little Bits of Lace. And don't forget to check out all of the links that I have listed below in the description box if you've missed any of my previous videos. Until next time, have a wonderful day and happy crafting.